Dallas has a real shot here, man. Like, they
yes.
have a real chance. They have a real chance. The Mismatch, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
All right, so just let's start with on offense. The Luka numbers are going to be freakish because they are the Warriors, and we'll see what they do, but they've pretty well just said, we're not going to let the other guys beat us. We're going to try to stay at home on these other guys. So you saw at the beginning of the series, unlike Minnesota, who's playing boxes and elbows, and they're making Ja Morant see guys every single time he comes down and making his life hell. And it enabled Desmond Bane to just shoot fish in a barrel outside. It enabled Brandon Clark to fly to the basket for open dunks, because of all of this extra attention they're paying on Morant. You saw Golden State. He averaged 38 points before he got hurt in that series against Golden State. Jokic, same way. They kind of like the other guys didn't do as much. I think he certainly over 30, 31 or something like that in their series. They try to take Luka on straight up. Kevin, I can't fathom what this guy's not. I mean, seriously, he's going to put up some freaky ass numbers and then it's just stay home. Fine. It's like Reggie Bullock, you don't get to shoot open threes anymore. Maxi Kleber, you don't get to shoot open threes anymore. Dorian Finney-Smith, you don't get to shoot open threes anymore. We're staying at home. And then it just becomes the Luka show. And he already dominates the ball so much. He already has the highest time of possession in the entire league. And I think you can pull that off if you got somebody you're comfortable putting on him. But who in the hell guards Luka? I'm reading Andrew Wiggins. Good luck.
I know.
Good luck with all that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
okay. All right.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, Luka's going to target. That's what he always does. If Looney's out there, he'll be in pick and roll. He's going to target the weakest link on the floor, whoever it might be. And that's going to be a challenge for this Warriors defense, obviously, throughout. But then not to mention, even if Luka has a weaker matchup on him, then you're swinging the ball to a Jalen Brunson or Spencer Dinwiddie who's attacking off the bounce, kicking out again. Dallas has a real shot here, man. They have a real chance. They have a real chance.
This is, to me, okay. So we talked about that Miami-Boston series, and I think it's going to be a rock fight because both those teams are fine. They're comfortable playing that kind of way. Neither of them wants to get out and run and have that freedom of motion and everything like that. The same way that I told you that I thought Memphis was a particularly hard matchup, which they said afterwards. They said before and afterwards, the Warriors, because of the wings they have, the fact that they want to get out and run, they force so many turnovers, all of this kind of, they can thrive in chaos the same way the Warriors thrive in chaos. I told you, the team that I saw, if there was one, and they did it to the Warriors too this year, and I think they gave up 82 in one of the games to the Warriors. Boston and Dallas and Miami, for that matter, 3 different teams that I watched this year in person absolutely humiliate the Grizzlies. Because you couldn't get out in space going up and down the court against those teams. And the same way that the Grizzlies they thrive in that chaos and flying up and down the court, that's the reason it was a problem for the Warriors. And the same reason Dallas is a problem for Memphis is the same reason that they're a problem for the Warriors. You cannot speed him up. You can't. He is dictating the pace of the game. End of story. And so now you're playing half-court basketball, and he's the best guy. And I do think that those same challenges that I saw from a team that wants to have some motion and fly up and down the court, it's going to cause a lot of problems for the Warriors. I mean, I know there's guys in and out of the lineup. Dallas beat them 3 out of 4 times this season, and at one point gave up, I think, just over 80 points against them in one of the games. Sometimes you see those defensive teams that they're playing, the team that has this super potent offense and is flying the ball, chucking the ball all around. Oh, here, your team, probably one of your favorite, greatest memories ever, right? When the Patriots played against the greatest show on turf once upon a time, right? Greatest show on turf. They want to fly up and down the field. They want to get out in space. They want to put 45 points on your ass. Next thing you know, you're in the damn rock fight. And it's like, oh, no. Right? And I do think that's what Dallas does to you. And we just saw them do it to Phoenix. Phoenix can do anything.
You see that clip of Jason Kidd?
Oh.
Coaching on the sidelines.
I thought he was going to go out there and guard somebody.
Stay home. I thought he was drill five, screaming, flipping his arms up. It was awesome. That was great, wasn't
he's
it?
done that too. He run that trap that they were running out there.
Yeah.
He runs that on Curry. So I think Poole becomes huge, who just went into witness protection the last half of that series.
Oh, yeah.
But he becomes big because, man, they got – say what you want about those guys offensively, even though they're hitting a good percentage of their threes. I was reading Kleber's 29 for 49 from 3. Finney Smith's 35 for 83. And Bullock's 35 for 90. I mean, they're all like right near or over 40% from 3. And that's all they have to do. Like, it's just all these 3-and-D guys. I mean, it's crazy. And their defense, for wing defense, they are just, God, they are loaded. Those guys are great defenders, and they play great team defense. So that's what's going to be mega fascinating. I agree with you. The Warriors had, one of the things they always track is their passing, how many passes they throw throughout. That's kind of an indicative of how well their offense is working.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any mistake. This season, by far, their lowest total was against Dallas. Their lowest passing rate versus any team they play.
Very interesting.
It's just uniquely bad to have to play against them because you're playing deep into you're playing half-court basketball.
Do you think Dallas is going to win the series then? Would you pick them?
I do think they're going to win.
I think they're going to too.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I think Luka and their defense. Like, I know, like, Luka gets so much love, and rightfully so. But it's the combination of Luka plus an elite defense, plus you have those secondary, creators, Brunson, Dinwiddie, who can go off. Dinwiddie obviously struggled in the postseason until that Game 7 with his efficiency, unlike, when he was first acquired by Dallas. But man, I mean, they have a lot of pieces.
Well, and for those that are going to get mad, the Grizzlies were not ready to win, okay? And they're playing in a Game 6 on the road, and they're up 2 with 6.5 minutes left to go, okay? If the Warriors would have bombed them out, I'd feel a little bit differently. But you let that team stick around for a long time, and that team is 22 and 23 years old, okay? The Grizzlies weren't ready to win. And I think this is very dependent upon our opinion of Phoenix. The whole year, I told you the best 2 teams I saw this year were Phoenix and Miami. So if I accept that they just on their home court, a team that I thought was one of the best teams, scored 27 friggin' points in a first half, like, if Dallas can do that to Phoenix, why can't they do that to the Warriors? And you can do all it's a different beast and these guys have more, championship medal and all this kind. Like, that Warriors team does not have the depth that is reported And Klay Thompson, while he was outstanding in game 6, over the course of a series, is he a guy that you're really scared of anymore? You know, Curry's the fear factor. There's no way around that. And maybe Klay does. Maybe they look much different than they do, but I couldn't have been more impressed with what Dallas just pulled off. And Phoenix is better than Golden State by any measure. They're top 5 in offense, top 5 in defense. See what they made them look like?